Okay, I don't know what happened, but I'm here. So let me just... That's so aggravating. I'm sorry. The phone that I use to do my lives, like, sometimes doesn't want to continue working. I don't know. It turns off. It's very aggravating. But I'm here. So let me try and reset this, and then we can continue on. So I've got my thank you card all ready to go, I think. It feels a little bit, I don't know if it's the transfer. It feels a little crooked, but I'm going to go with it. All right, so I'm going to use Sage on the outside, and then we're going to use Current Jam on the inside, okay? So I'm going to go ahead with the outside, and then I'm going to do Paste and Peel on the outside portion, and then we'll go in and do the center, okay? Now, apparently this is a two-part series because this phone does not like me and doesn't want to stay put and keep broadcasting. So here we go. All right. Hi, Stephanie. Hey, Marsha. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me again. Sorry about that. Hi, Deborah. Hey, Karen. I don't know what happened. But I'm glad you guys came back. Thank you for that. All right. Now, like I said, I'm using Sage. These are the chalk suede cards. I did wax before I started, okay? Just a very thin layer of wax with my wax applicator. Just to make sure that I don't tear this paper whenever I pull it up. And I don't want my transfer to roll up. So whenever it's really, really stuck to something and you go to pull it off, they have a tendency to roll up, and then they're hard to flatten back out, okay? So you just want to be sure that they're easy to pull off just like that. And see, my transfer is completely flat. Now, if it had been super stuck on there, it would have rolled up and it would have been really difficult to, oh, y'all, you know what I did, right? Well, you know what? Actually, what we can do is do a little something different here, okay? There's more to this transfer. So it does say thank you in the middle of that one, but because I wasn't thinking and I pulled it up, there's multiple different things. This one says so grateful, and I think I want to use that. Okay, so I'm going to dry this really fast. Hi, Jan. And then we can use that so grateful in the center, and I think that'll be pretty anyway. Because I wasn't thinking. I was thinking about selling my house. Just in general, not paying attention, so. But this frame, okay, sorry, I'm trying to hold it up so you can see it. Let me see. That frame on the card would be so pretty with a handwritten anything in the center of it, or even someone's name. Okay, so you can get creative with these and make them whatever you want them to be. They do not have to go the way that they're made on the transfers. They can be completely different. You could do all floral on this. However you want to do it will work, okay? Now, I want to make sure this is really good and dry before I move on. So, I'm going to just fuzz this one more time. Okay, here we go. Yeah, you could use it as an invitation. And just do floral on the front. And for me, okay, these cards, I'm just going to do the front of them. And then on the inside, I would expect a handwritten note. Now, that's me. Okay, but you could do a design on the inside as well, if you wanted to. In fact, there's some floral. Let me see, where is it? On this transfer, that would look really, really pretty on the inside. But we're going to use those on the envelope themselves. So now I'm just going to take this part that says so grateful. And I'm going to attempt to center it, but you know me. Okay, I don't know if that's in the center or not, but we're going to use Current Jam, okay, for the words. like we were going to do a second ago, but, you know, I see something shiny and I completely follow it and forget what I'm doing, so. Anywho. So anyway, yeah, moving day will be March 24th. So that's exciting. I do have to go and find another house still. I have started looking. I haven't seen, obviously, anything in person, okay? But that is still yet to be done. And I have plenty of time. But my problem is that I don't, in a lot of ways, I don't have plenty of time because I only have so much time that I can go back home and spend there because I don't live there. So that's kind of hard. So look at that. I love it. Okay. So I am looking for, let me tell you, hold on. 4 bedrooms. Okay. I would really like to have, now this is not something that's required, obviously, but I would love to have 2 closets in the shower. I mean, in the shower. In the master. A separate shower in the master, or just a shower in the master. At this point, I do love taking baths, but I have a huge tub right now that I never use. Okay, so, but I would like 2 separate closets in the master, like his and hers. But I have kind of settled on the fact that that's probably not going to happen. I'm using Storm paste for this bee on the back here. And I'm using a mini squeegee that I cut in half, okay? It's the same size whenever you cut them in half as the multi-tool. And you can get these in a 12-pack on my website. So, I like to do that. I have a bunch of mini squeegees around, and I don't have multiple multi-tools that I own. So that looks really pretty. I like that on the back. Now, obviously, you would address it on the front, and then you have that little flourish on the back, okay? So, yeah, I'm looking at, like, 22 to 3,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms with a study, because I do work from home, and I need a breakfast area in the kitchen, like an eat-in kitchen. I'm trying to think what else. I would really like a, formal dining room. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. Because it'll just give me a little bit of extra space. I don't plan on using it as a formal dining room. I do have a dining room table, but that'll go in the breakfast area. I want that to be in the eat-in kitchen. But I need literally as much space as I can get, y'all, because I do work from home, and my business is growing, and I'm out of space in this room. So I need my craft room. I also need my office for helping me with my business. Look how pretty that is on the back of that envelope. So I also wanted to do something else. But that way we have a guest room. We have Chris's game room. I have an office and a craft room. And yeah, so I would be okay with doing that as well, I think, Marcia, if it comes down to it. No, Dozer will not have his own room. You know he can't be in a room without me. He's a funny dog that way, okay? He's so good, y'all. In the mornings, whenever I'm like being lazy and not getting up right away, he will stay in his kennel. Let me see if I can. He'll stay in his kennel until I get up, and he will not make a peep. Okay, even if, like on the weekends, if I sleep in a little bit, he will sleep in and stay in that kennel as long as I'm in the room and not make a noise. Now, if I leave the room, he does not like that. Okay, so I wanted to try this. I don't know if this is going to work. I think it probably will. But I'm going to put this transfer right here over the envelope close thing. I don't know what it's called. I'm going to put that right there, like a seal, okay? And basically you can go ahead and still lick this envelope and close it, but I think this will be really pretty when it's dry and whenever it's sealed, okay? And I'm using Current Jam again for this one. And then I think I'll switch it up and use the Storm on the other one. Anywho, so yeah, Chris needs a game room, obviously. I would like a decent sized backyard. It needs a fence, so if it doesn't have a fence, we'll have to add one. So that, we have to factor that, any of that kind of stuff into the price. Ooh, that looks so cool. Okay, so that worked really good. By the way, you can comment the word thanks. Hi, Ann, how are you? Okay, Deborah, I can handle that for you. You can comment thanks to get all of the stuff to make this. And I think that's pretty much it. If it needs paint or flooring or anything like that, all of that stuff will have to be factored in to our price, because, you know, it's a pretty tight budget, as I think everybody is. Everybody has a tight budget whenever they're shopping for a new house. And I have to stick to it. I cannot go over it. So that's my struggle right now. Interest rates are down though, which is awesome. I'm doing wonderfully, Anne. Really good, actually. Interest rates are down by about a full point from where they were 2 months ago. So that's great. So I'm hoping that by the time we put in our offer and I, you know, get my actual loan all done, that maybe it'll go down a little bit more, and that will help balance out the price. But I've been doing, of course, I have my spreadsheet of all of the houses that I want to look at or that I love. Me and my mom have been contributing to it. And then for each of them, I'm going through and figuring out how much it'll cost me, like monthly and all that good stuff. Okay, so here's what we've done, okay? So we've got, this card says So Grateful. Look how pretty that is. That's Sage and Current Jam, okay? No acreage. More like a ranch style house, more traditional front with like a peak. I've seen a bunch that are like flattened tops, and I don't, on the front of them, and I don't like that. So there's my first envelope, okay? And I'm looking in Conroe, Magnolia area. And then this one, I really love this one because it's not necessarily a thank you card, y'all. This could be an any day card. And I really think, I love getting stuff in the mail, okay? So I'll probably send this to someone just randomly, because I love I love receiving stuff like this, and I think other people do too. And then, of course, we've got this one, and let me just show you how that little flower works. So then whenever you keep it closed, it's like that, and then whenever, it's just like really cute. So that's north of Houston. So these are the two cards that we made tonight. So again, you can comment the word thanks to get all the stuff to make this. The cards come in a pack of 8, okay? And then it comes with 8 cards, and exactly, Melanie, you're so right. I love getting Happy Mail, and I love sending it too. They come in a pack of 8 cards and 8 envelopes, and then the transfer's a B size. So this is a really fun project, and the transfers were usable. You could buy multiple packs of cards and keep it ready to make anytime. Plus, you can use these cards not only for everyday kind of stuff, but then also Valentine's Day, anything that you send a card for, Easter. We have the Christmas and New Year's card transfer and all of those different things too. So there's many, many ways. Yes, I waxed both the cards and the envelopes. Okay, definitely very important. Yeah, so I really want to say that I could not look at a house and like see it on video and approve it, but I think I'm way too high strung for that. I have very high anxiety as it is, and spending that kind of money, I need to put my eyes on it, okay? Like my physical eyeballs. And I trust my mom, but her judgment is shady, okay? Yeah, Tomball is great. That's where I grew up, Marcia. But yeah, it'll be like Willis, Conroe, Magnolia. One of those 3 areas. Anywho, but yeah, my mom's taste is different than mine, and what she thinks is great, I don't actually think is great. Like, maybe it'll be good for her. So I definitely need to lay my eyes on it. And that's why I'm going in for 2 days, to hopefully be able to pick something and have a whirlwind tour of as many houses as I can cram into 2 days as possible. So if I have to go see 30 houses in a weekend, then that's what I'm going to be doing. Okay? All right, y'all. Check these out one last time. Okay? Yes, I absolutely will. And I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful Saturday night. And I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow's Surface Sunday, so don't forget about that. All surfaces on sale all day long. Be in my VIP group to get access to that. Okay? Yes, I will be in Texas at the end of March. Anyways, I love you all. Have a great night. We'll talk soon, okay? See ya.